And now, the new caribou, the Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Here's David.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here and witnessing my slow death. I want to do a video that it's emotional to me. I've told you a million times, I'm bipolar. I've tried to commit suicide 5 times. I'm not very good at anything. Anyway, this gun control and assaults and murders on innocent, especially children, but even adults. It's more shocking with children, but it's not more heartbreaking on adults. And there's not probably very mentally ill people that would go on a show and say the things I'm about to say. Now, I believe on the application now for gun laws, it asks if you have had any treatable or any mental illness or take certain drugs for mentally defective people, if you want to call us defective. I have some really hard feelings on this. First of all, there's I'm going to say the serious mentally ill people. Now, they range from schizophrenics to borderline hallucinations, running around outside naked. They're in institutions constantly or all the time. They're adjudicated in many cases because, you know, they pull their weenies out and wave them at people and walk into restaurants and just start eating food. There's some serious mentally ill people. Now, what we have to separate, folks, are they a serious threat to anyone? My autistic son, not mentally ill, but he's autistic, he took his weenie out and waved it around, and I said, put that thing away. He did. I don't think it hurt anybody. He's as gentle as a lamb. He's never screamed, yelled, thrown things. He's not that kind of an autistic child or mentally ill person. Now, after we separate out, yes, they're mentally ill. How mentally ill are they? Well, we let drunk drivers have a punishment, and then they go back on the road and get more DUIs. We have prison inmates that have all kinds of heinous crimes that we let out on probation and give a second chance. How do we handle the mentally ill? Well, the serious ones that run down the neighborhood naked, I don't think we should sell assault weapons to those people. Now, they should go get a doctor's certificate. A doctor, if he says or she says, well, they have a clothes fetish, but they're not dangerous, then they should not have their constitutional rights of defense taken away from them. Now, there's 2 types of suicide people. I'm one type, okay? And I just want to confess, because none of you have ever talked to a mentally ill person. No one wants to talk to us. They want to watch us on TV and YouTube because they're safe. I can't jump out and get you. So, we have to separate who's dangerous and who's not. Now, like I said, I tried to commit suicide 5 times. Suicide in and of itself has to be divided. There's some very distinct things. Some people like me, I like to kill myself over and over again. It doesn't hurt anybody but me. But me. I've never wanted to kill anybody else or hurt anybody else. That's a separate fence and a separate boundary. Now, there's other people, like these men that have gone in and shot everybody. They shoot everybody. They're homicidal, which is murder, and then they're suicidal. They shoot themselves, so you can't punish them. So, we have to separate serious mental illness against just naked people in the community that are harmless, They sit at the bus stop for 3 days and they never move. You know, those are not harmless or harmful people. Then we've got to take a look and separate out suicide. Some people will kill only themselves, but there's other people that will kill others. They're homicidal, but not suicidal, or they're homicidal and suicidal. Now, we regulate down here in Australia driver's licenses. Who can have a driver's license? Well, if you have too many DUIs, you're running around naked with an AK-47, you're going to kill somebody, so your ass is out. You're not going to get a AK-47 or a car to kill people with. Now you get other people that have one DUI over 53 years. Are they a real danger to society? I don't think so. I think there's aberrations in life where we all do some stupid things at certain stupid times. Now, here's what you can't regulate and you can't see coming. No law, no regulation is ever going to stop this type of murder. You get a domestic violence situation, and the wife takes the kids away from the husband. He goes berserk, he grabs his gun, and he shoots the wife. And sometimes, like Josh, what was his name? I can't remember, but you'll come up with it. Killed the kids, too. Now, that kind of domestic violence you can't see coming. You have couples that throw shit at each other and swear and slam doors, and they sound like they're going to kill each other. But they don't. Then you have other sweet little Molly Mormons who are real bitches, and the mothers get their heads shot off by the father. How do you stop that? How do you stop those momentary, out of control, out of mind anger, and someone's got a damn handgun around and uses it? Can't. How do you control little kids playing with guns, shooting each other? Lock them up, lock the ammunition. But by golly, if it's for defense and someone breaks in your house, you can't scream, could you wait a minute, let me get my gun out of the locked cabinet, and then the bullets are kind of down below, and I need about 4 or 5 minutes to load my gun to blow your damn head off. There's just a lot of insanity around these human emotions, and we can't control them all. And the delay on buying a gun, that's a good idea. Somebody's really, really angry, it's hard to stay angry for 5 or 7 days. I've been angry for like 50 years, though. But not angry enough to shoot an ex-wife or shoot anybody or, you know, do any harm to anybody. Today, I opened another bank account over at Wells Fargo, and they gave me a dog. No, not a woman. A real dog. No, it's not real. It doesn't move. It's stuffed dog. And there was a little girl in there, and she didn't look like she had a lot. And so I went over to her mother, and I said, I'd like to give this to your daughter because I don't want her taking things from strangers. Well, the mother gave it to the little girl, and the girl was happy. Mentally ill people can also be a real asset to the community. Almost 300,000 of you have looked at me. Whether I've helped a few or not, I know some have said yes, but I don't know how much I've helped anyone. I'm mentally ill. Now, let me bring up a last subject here. There's a lot of mentally ill people that, given the right psychotropic drugs, That's pretty normal. Now, I'm not saying one is me. I'm on I'm almost on $1,000 a month of damn drugs. But I don't take my clothes off and walk outside anymore. I'm trying not to shoot myself or overdose anymore. So psychotropic meds can be a real asset. Now, are they a silver bullet? No. Not everyone responds to psychotropic drugs. I respond pretty well. It took me 6 or 8 years to find the right combinations. I take 8 meds a day. Some of them are for physical heart and thinning out blood, but most of them are asshole drugs. It says ass hat right on the prescription. It says Sir David the Bard, ass hat meds, 1 a day. Now I can feel it. I can feel it when I miss a drug dose. I can feel it. I'm shorter tempered, and I'm not funny. Some of you don't think I'm funny anyway, but the drugs sometimes make me funny. And some Mormon wrote on here and said, "No offense, but I think you're high." I was going to write him, but I didn't. I'm just out of the defense market. I leave that to you guys. You guys argue. I look at my comments, and my gosh, some of you just beat the crap out of each other, but that's what I'm here for, is for thinking and reevaluating the Mormon circus. Train wreck it was for me and my family. So drugs can really help a lot. I've had 2 kids on ADHD drugs. One couldn't learn a thing until I put him on Ritalin. Now he's done fine. And I have a girl that is on very expensive meth, legal meth, and she can't remember if she's a boy or a girl until I give her meds in the morning, and she does well in school, she washes the dishes, she does well. So you can't be a Mormon and jump on black or white. It's black or white. It's not, folks. It's not. There's people like me that can make a contribution, and we know a lot of our artists, Leonardo da Vinci, and Angelo, and some of those people were bipolar, and they made great contributions to society. And then we see people like Adolf Hitler, who ain't worth dog shit, and he didn't make much of a contribution to human life, especially in the Jewish community. So, with the gun control, we've got to mix in all of the formula. Will it be done right? Probably not. It may take 25 or 50 years until we can tweak it to separate out the seriously mentally ill and the psychotropic mentally ill who are not dangerous, just like we do on a driver's license. Now, Utah, which I never live in Utah. I live in Kangaroo City down there in, here in Australia. They ask health questions, and if you answer certain questions, then you're going to have to go to a doctor, and he or she is going to have to approve of you driving, that you're not damn dangerous. One of those questions should be, are you a teenager? If you say yes, your ass is at the doctor. And every doctor is going to go, no, I've got kids. You wait till you're 20. Anyway, I want to tell you, as a mentally ill person, some of us can make good contributions to the world and to society. I, with your help, am feeding probably right close to 1,000 kids here in the next 6 days. That's a good contribution. That doesn't matter if you're black or white, you're Mormon or Catholic, none of that matters. What matters is they're hungry children. Now let me give you a sidelight here. I had a comment that came in. I have some black people that watch me. They're called Danites. No, shit. No. I have some beautiful black families that watch me. And one of them has always said to me, I didn't know they were black until this last comment, will you be my grandpa? You know, And I told him, I need money. Could I get $5 for it? I didn't say that either. I said, certainly. She says, you remind me so much of my grandfather, who is dead. Well, I guess this little family, they wrote to me a couple of days ago, and they said, you are our grandfather. He's about 10 years older than you are, and he's dead. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. If they're coming after me, I don't know. But I don't care. And she said, you look just like him, and you sound just like him. And I was complimented. I really was. I don't care if I was black. I'd still do the show. I don't care. And I don't care that somebody looks at me and thinks of their grandfather in good terms. In good terms. So anyway, she says, you have a twin black grandfather or brother. She called him a brother. So anyway, be careful as you feed in. I'll be dead here in the next 5 years or so, and I hope that I've left some messages and some ideas on mental illness. I'm not ashamed to be mentally ill. Most people are. But again, I'm bipolar. I'm not ashamed of anything. That's not part of the left side of my brain. So don't take that as a measurement of mental illness being a danger. Some mentally ill people you don't want to walk up to and even talk to. They're weird, man. They're weird. Now, I haven't had any Mormons come up to me here in Kangaroo City and ask for my autograph. I know that's going to happen. I know someone's going to say, you're the Bard! You're the Bard! Here, could you sign this Book of Mormon? I go, no, I'm just going to put Asshat Joseph on your Book of Mormon. Oh, no, no. So anyway, some mentally ill are very dangerous. Some mentally ill are as helpless as a small puppy. It's very similar to the human population. You can find normal people who are dangerous as hell. You can find many humans that are just gentle little souls. So take that into consideration. If any of you have any questions on mental illness, I'm never embarrassed, humiliated, or ashamed. When the Mormons said, you look high, and I thought, well, gee, has they ever seen the DSM-5 now? The 4 Revised has been taken over by DSM-5. And look under bipolar, and look under manic, and then look in the dictionary for being high. The Mormons. And those of you that say you need more meds, and I'm willing to take them, just write them down on your comments and say, this one helps a lot. This is another asshat med. I've been on all of them, the Prozac, Valium, diazepam, which is Valium, Depakote. God, I can name them. And right now I'm on Lamictal. I've been on Lamictal for about 8 years. Finally found a medication that keep my clothes on. I don't hang over the balcony naked, screaming, I hate the Mormon church. I don't do that shit anymore. Maybe I should. I'd be happier. Anyway, be wise with your gun laws, with normal people and mentally ill people, and do what is right. Let the consequence follow.
And now, the new caribou, the Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Here's David.
Hello, I'm Allison, the adopted daughter of Sir David the Bard. My father isn't telling me what to say. I cannot lie. I was born in the Philippines, and I've been there till I was 6 years old. I have experienced some tragedies which was pretty deadly. Please donate to the hungry and suffering people. If I was still there, I'd be dead now, because I had typhoid fever. I still have 12 years old brother in there who needs more clothing and food. He would never get this in his lifetime. Please donate on the New Caribou site. Thank you. Good night. God bless America.